Hi all, let's have a look at another amazing game of Magnus Carlsen from the FIDE World Blitz Championship. Magnus Carlsen's intuition for the game is absolutely remarkable. His opponent in this game is a 22-year-old international master from Russia, Zamsaran Zidupov. Let's have a look. So c4, Magnus plays the English opening, and we have the 4 knights, e4, now bishop b4, so avoiding that bishop c5, which we've seen in another game, which allows knight takes e5 sometimes. So we have bishop b4, d3, and actually the bishop's given up voluntarily. More usual is d6. For example, g3, this position where black plays bishop g4 and gives up that bishop to try and improve the dark square control a bit. White's thought to have a small edge there. So giving up this bishop, is this controversial? d6, we have bishop e2, not bothering to fianchetto. This is a bit quicker to play bishop e2. And also, of course, it's maybe a little bit more solid if black's going to be attacking c4 later, to try and keep control on this diagonal, because sometimes a6 and b5 sometimes by black. So black castles, white castles, h6, rook b1, knight e1 has been seen before in a game Yi against Sokolov that ended in a draw. That was a long game in Antwerp 1996. So this is a bit of an unusual new move. We depart here from the stem games. b6, we have knight e1. This seems very, very logical indeed. The knight can go like this to control 2 key squares, d5 and f5 here. So nice maneuver, knight e7. But also, of course, it facilitates now f4. We have e takes. It's pretty dangerous if black ignores the pawn. For example, like this, there's an idea of sacking the exchange, which is very dangerous. So we have e takes, rook takes, no, sorry, bishop takes, pardon me, knight g6, bishop drops back, rook e8. Now this knight maneuver, knight c2, so the knight is going to e3, bishop b7, knight e3, and black tries to blow up the center, open up the center with c6 to play d5. Quite an energetic idea. What does Magnus do about this? Well, knight f5 exerts pressure now on both d6 and h6. So asking the question in particular, like d6 is under fire now. That actually is handled with rook e6, and also reinforcing the f6 knight, because sometimes knight takes h6 is also a concern if the queen's not holding f6. This is a common tactic. So we have queen d2, and now d5, e takes, c takes, and now c5 using that pin. So very good move, it seems. And white's pawns are getting dissolved, the double pawns are getting dissolved, leaving white with that bishop pair. And in particular, this dark square bishop seems quite important here, potentially. Queen c8, c takes, rook takes, on a takes b6 here. Knight d4 is pretty unpleasant, kicking the rook away from defending b6. So for example, white can just take there with a nice position. Big advantage. So we have rook takes, a takes, and now knight takes h6 is on here. Yeah, f6 is loose. G takes, rook takes f6. This seems to have gone completely wrong for black. This whole opening has gone south, so to speak. So we have d4, queen takes h6, and now there's a big idea of rook takes g6 check. Black tries to defend with queen e8. If rook takes a2, yeah, this is just devastating, taking. And if king f8, bishop d6 is checkmate. If king h8, then bishop e5 is checkmate. So this has to be handled. Rook takes g6. I mean, you might wonder, well, why was this pawn even left? It's just very, very dangerous position indeed here. So I mean, b6 is hanging for a start, so this is already a critical position for black. So we have now bishop d1 with the idea of rook takes g6 and bishop b3 check. So just to put that on the board, if black plays rook takes a2 here, bang, rook takes g6, bishop b3 is crushing. So we have bishop d5 stopping bishop b3 for a moment, but now c4, the bishop goes to c6, bishop b3, bishop a4, that's just taken, and now rook takes b6 with the idea of rook b8 pinning the queen. We have rook a8. Yeah, there's absolutely no checks which stop this. The king just goes to f3 here with the queen pinned. So the rook scurries back. h4, queen e7, h5, knight f8, rook b5. Yeah, this powerful rook left, rook g5, knight e6. But now bishop e5, it's devastating. This dark square bishop is a real killer in conjunction with the queen here. And in fact, black allowed a mate in one here. It was a lost position anyway. Checkmate. The knight, although it's covering g7, h8 is also here. If black played f6, then taking here, and this is just absolutely winning anyway. This position, massive advantage for white. So yeah, it ended with a checkmate there. So yeah, just another fun blitz game really. Very fast time control, 3 minutes with a 2-second increment. But yeah, Magnus is playing more solidly than other grandmasters. His intuition is really superb, and some of the plans are really fascinating. It's as if we can try and use some of the ideas in our own games. They're pretty instructive in terms of pattern recognition, I believe, and making use of trump cards, putting the opponent under pressure. So I hope you enjoyed this game video. If you did, please click on the top left box to become a member at chessbowl.net, play against other YouTubers. You can also check the YouTube analysis of these games in advance, even from the improved menu learned from the Masters YouTube order button. Comments, questions, donations, see the description. Like, share, subscribe with notification bell, really appreciated. And also there's a new Teespring store in the description for chess t-shirts. Okay, thanks very much.